Hi, I'm Garm1, and this is Midgardia's cool crowdfunding show. I'm here today with Kat. How's it going?
Hi, I'm doing A-okay, thank you. How are
Oh, I'm
you?
doing pretty well myself. So you're here today to tell us about Solo But Not Alone 5, so why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Number five,
Solo But Not Alone Go!
go. So, every year since 2020, I have been hosting a bundle of single-player TTRPGs on itch.io to benefit mental health causes in the TTRPG space. And, I got distracted. Garm, I got distracted. I have to
So,
try again. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, that's fine. Go for it.
I got distracted. Somebody pinged me and my brain was like, ooh, absolute fucking
Do you want me to lead you in
jackass
again?
behavior. No, I'm good. I'm good. So, for every year since 2020, I have been running a bundle of single player TTRPGs on itch.io to benefit various mental health causes in the TTRPG and gaming space. This year, we are benefiting Take This, an organization that seeks to raise awareness of, decrease stigma of, and provide supports for mental health in the gaming industry. One of my favorite things that they do is something called AFK rooms, where people can unplug and access mental health resources at conventions. This is tremendously important. It's one of the most important things I do. And a couple days ago, I opened up 2 submissions for number 5. It's going to be going live in January. It always goes live on my birthday. So if you would like to buy some single player TTRPGs that you do not have to convince your friends to try, you can do that as a birthday present for me.
Excellent. Hey, did you start doing this before the pandemic then?
During.
Okay.
Um, because I was stressed out. I was stressed out. And I was feeling very, very gloomy, and I felt like maybe the best way to deal with that was to do something to help people. And because I was noticing that everybody was feeling a little gloomy and hopeless, and the holiday season was coming up. And the holiday season traditionally is accompanied by an uptick in suicide and suicide attempts. And so I wanted to, during the holiday season, raise money for mental health causes, especially during 2020's holiday season, to do what I could about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as somebody who has, as I've mentioned before in the last couple of these that we did, I've struggled with depression, suicidal ideation, all that fun stuff. And
Oh,
I
me
can say those words
too.
because I'm not monetized.
Oh, yeah, no, my brain's fully rotten, and that's fine. That's how my brain is. Now I'm getting help for it. I'm on medication that is working for me. And it turns out, like, I didn't have to live my entire life that way. But my brain still really wants to. My brain still really wants to think about it.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah, I
That's
went to
all right.
therapy. I'm on meds. It
Yeah,
happens. Nothing wrong with that.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And that's one of the big things that I want to let people know is that there is fully nothing wrong with seeking help. And that you probably, you know what? Probably should. Do it. Go ahead, do it. Seek help.
yeah,
Because it becomes so normal to you when you're extremely, extremely depressed. It becomes so normal to you
yeah.
that you don't
That's
even really notice it's like fucked up.
it's like the frog boiling thing, but instead it's just sort of
Mhm.
freezing until all of the cells burst.
Yes. And like you don't even notice. And then all of a sudden you're just like, oh, something will happen and you'll be like, oh, wait, this is not a normal thing for a brain to be doing, is it? And when that happens, please see somebody.
Yeah. It's amazing how many things kind of change once you break out of that. Food
Oh, boy,
tastes
howdy.
good again, which was just the one that really, really took me by surprise.
Yeah, you start enjoying stuff.
Yeah. I cried
Yeah.
while reading a Star Wars book. after I got on
Wow.
antidepressants.
Yep. I cried while watching Idol anime. Yep.
Well, that's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
normal,
yeah.
Cat. We all do
That's
that.
truly just normal. That's truly normal. And the reason I decided on solo TTRPGs is for two reasons. One of them is I had just recently bought the bundle for racial justice and equality, which was a big bundle on itch. And I wanted to give some love and attention to the creators who donated their work, but there was no way in hell I could convince my friends to play all of those games with me. So instead, I found somebody who had made a helpful spreadsheet of all the single player games, and I just played all those by myself. And, made little reviews, tagged the creators, let everybody know how great these games were. And by the time I had played through every single player game in that bundle, I was really in love with the medium. I still am. I love single player TTRPGs. And it also seemed like a good fit for specifically a mental health fundraiser because when you are down, one of the hardest things to do is reach out to somebody. And you know what? Having a game to play that you don't have to text your friends for, that's something to engage you. That's something to distract you until it passes that you don't need to like reach out to anybody for, that you can just take some time for yourself.
Don't need to go
So,
outside and expose yourself to the light of the accursed Daystar. Yeah.
truly, truly, truly. When I was in the depths of my worst depression, I fully threw my phone across the room because I just did not want to be perceived by my friends.
Yeah.
But solo RPGs, like I played a bunch of Friendly Neighborhood Superhero by Cat Scratcher Studios. I'm infamously their biggest fan, and I'll knife anyone who says otherwise. And it's because that game was so comforting to me during the pandemic. It was like, I'm stressed out, everything is bananas. I'm going to be Jetpack Jeff for a little while. I'm just going to be my little superhero guy. And because you can play like a campaign and you can return to the same character over and over again, it was my little escape. It's actually in my mental health survival kit over there, is a copy of Friendly Neighborhood Superhero. So, like, I
Nice.
know firsthand that single player experiences can be just what you need to weather the storm until it lifts.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm,
Sometimes being with other people's nice, but sometimes it is just a little too much to ask.
yeah, truly. And how can I put this? It's not that there's nothing wrong with that, listener, but it's that you're not wrong for that. Like, it is wrong, but it is because it is a symptom of an illness. It's not something that's deficient. It's not something that you are doing badly. It's just if you are in a deep, dark hole and you don't feel like you could contact anyone about it, that's a symptom of an illness.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's not your fault.
Like if you break your arm, it's not good that you can't use your arm, but it's also not your, you know, it's not your fault that you're
Yeah,
not trying hard enough to, move your broken arm.
right.
Sometimes you just gotta not move the arm for it to heal.
Exactly. And solo games are that, but for social, I guess.
That
It's like,
metaphor ended up being way more coherent than I thought it would when I started talking.
I'm so proud of you. It's really good. You did good.
Thanks,
But
Cat.
it's but solo games are truly, they're just like you can enjoy some gaming, you can enjoy the escapism that TTRPGs provide without having to stretch that extra little bit to reach out to someone if you don't feel you're up to it. I
Yeah.
love them. They're also just good.
Yeah.
And you can play the weird stuff because you don't have to sell your friends on it.
Man, I love the
Like,
weird stuff.
yeah, even if you're not depressed at the moment or at all, God, fuck, I guess some people aren't, which
Envious, by the way. But,
truly jealous. Yeah, fucked up if true, but but like you can pick up the weirdest fucking game and just be like, I don't have to convince my friends to try this. I can just do it.
might
It's a
be a
good feeling.
weird paladin or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a weird, sad night for a little while, and my friends only want to play 5e. That's okay. I'm gonna be a weird, sad night by myself.
I'm gonna be a strangely mediocre superhero. not saying Jetpack Jeff's mediocre, don't get me wrong. I'm just giving
He's
examples.
just a little guy. He's just like a kid. The fact that he built a jetpack is honestly amazing.
Is it two soda bottles on his back with like Diet Coke and Mentos?
No, it's a real jetpack. And then his arch rival is Laser Gun Lisa.
I'm proud of
It,
Jeff.
it's a weird neighborhood.
It happens. Not every neighborhood's friendly.
Truly. It's but there's also like there's solo games that let you create stuff that help you like write a poem. Uh
I mean, there are some that let you create maps and stuff as well, like Ex Novo,
yeah, Ex Novo.
the other X one that I don't remember the name of.
The one I was thinking of was No One Dies Alone in Revolution, which is a kind of poetry writing solo game that helps you through that. Cat Scratcher Studios also made a poetry writing game in which you play a bard and your job is to sing the praises of a warrior and get paid. Um, I made one recently that you can use to make a mini for your Dungeon Dragon game out of Play-Doh or clay or something.
Nice.
And Unspeakable Gate is going to be in this year's Solo But Not Alone. So, and some of them are like meditative journaling exercises. Those are great. Some of them are the games about creation. They're very creative. Some of them are very like mechanics heavy and like hex crawls. Like mapping the catacombs is like a hex crawl that you play by yourself. Like
Nice.
whatever you're into, you can find a single version experience of it. Single version experience.
Yeah. That's nearly the word. Yeah.
You can find a single player version of that experience.
Yeah. And if you're somebody who has made one of these single version experiences,
Mhm.
you can submit to Soul But Not Alone 5 and help
Yeah.
help out a worthy cause.
Yeah. Submissions are going to be open until the solstice, until the 21st of December. At which point I'm going to put the bundle together. I'm going to get everyone's approval for the bundle. I'm going to be desperately stressed out until everyone approves the bundle. I'm going to lose my shit if somebody doesn't approve the bundle on time, the usual schedule. And then it
Mhm.
goes live January 9th.
Which is Kat's birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday,
It's
Kat.
it's November.
Yeah, it is.
We're recording this in November. Let me have this. If you want to find out where you can submit to Solo But Not Alone, you can check out my Busky, my Blue Sky at Catling Gun. The link will be on there, and you'll be able to just go to a Google form, put in as much about your game as you can, because here's the thing that we do for Solo But Not Alone, is that we make a spreadsheet of every game in there, including any content warnings, the descriptions, the genres, the equipment that you need to play it, so that people who buy the game have access to the full list, the full catalog, and all the information they need to decide to play what game next.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's a hard struggle trying to decide what I was gonna repeat
No.
your phrase, but I forgot it already.
Yeah. I have to. It's gone. It's vanished.
Kat, I do appreciate your constant striving to do good things for people as a means to stave off depression and also for its own sake. I've been there. I get it.
Yeah. It feels good. It feels good to help people. And sometimes what you need is literally any feelings at all.
Yeah. And this is at least a constructive use of that impulse. But also, like,
Right.
genuinely, I do respect it. And also your dedication to cataloging all of these things and making it easy to search through and all that.
Yeah. I want the people who donate their games to the bundle to know that they're putting their game in front of somebody somewhere, because we sell so many copies of this bundle who's going to play it and love it. And in order for that person to find that game, I've got to give them all the tools they need for these games to be found by the right people and to really shine.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, if
Yeah.
you're watching this after January 9th, there will be a link below to the full bundle. If you're watching this before January 9th, there will be a link to where you can go submit your game. And
Yeah.
also a link to Kat's Blue Sky account where you can go follow Kat. I'm not calling it Busky, I'm sorry.
Why are you not calling it
You
busky?
know what it sounds like.
Like busking. Like when
Like
you go to the
busking.
corner and you
Yep.
play the music.
Yeah,
Garm.
that you're absolutely correct. It's like when you're on the corner singing music, and yeah, that's what it is.
It's busky.
It's the Blue Sky. Those links are below. Have a good night, everyone.
You can find the links below. In the comments, please tell Garm that it's okay to call it busky.
Yes, tell me if I'm wrong or right. Um, have a good night, everybody.